Hey everybody, welcome back to Mocha Homestead. Today we are going to finish getting the garden ready for spring/summer. We are going to be planting some plants out. It is very chilly this morning, which is great because I can plant my plants out and they won't experience a lot of shock. I am going to hopefully be able to heal those potatoes and clean out the rest of the beds that need to be cleaned out to prepare for their plants. So let's get started. Alrighty, so we are going to start with this bed. This is the entrance to the garden, so it would be to your left as you walk in the garden. This bed is overgrown. As you can see, I already took care of that bed, and we're going to be planting some seeds in that bed. And I'll take you over there in a second to show you the progress of what's going on. Sorry about my daughter in the background. She's in her tent enjoying herself. So in this bed, we do have some kale and a couple of green plants that I'm going to leave. I hate to pull out this beautiful, what is it called? I'll put it on the screen what it's called. But I hate to pull that out, but I need the space to plant in this bed. So, and I have another one. I don't know if you guys can see it. I have another one over there. So, we can leave it. We can leave that one over there. I just remembered what it is. It's a dandelion. I hate to pull it out because it's so pretty, but I need that space. So, let me get started getting this bed cleaned up so that we can get it planted. Let me go get my bag to put the weeds that we're going to throw away in there because some of these weeds we're going to give to the chickens. So let me just tell you what message I just heard in my spirit. As I'm pulling these weeds, I am seeing that this bed was completely covered. The weeds filled in all of the gaps and covered the soil, and I started to think, how awesome is God that He planned every little thing, because nature is going to cover the ground. If you're new to gardening, let me just go ahead and tell you, if you don't cover the soil, nature will by any means necessary. So it's either going to give you some weeds or some grass or something to cover the soil instead of leaving it bare, unless you have like awful soil. Like in the desert where not a lot of things can survive because there's not water and it's extremely hot. But that my garden beds are not that. They actually have a lot of nutrients. And when I tell you these weeds are so strategically covering every part of this ground, it is just, it has me awestruck at the way that He perfectly planned every single detail. And the reason why I believe that it covers the ground is because then things can grow. And the toughest thing will survive, but it allows you to grow things, i.e. food, for sustainability, for myself, not just myself, but for the birds that you hear in the background, for the bees, for all of the things that are a part of the food chain. He provided. And it kind of teaches me, which I've been saying in some of my previous videos, if you're new here, that I had a situation where I was starting to stress about things that are going on in the world, and I sat down to read my Bible, and I decided to write down all of the scriptures that talked about worry. And I got to the one, and I believe it's Mark, where he talks about, doesn't he provide for the birds, and why would he not provide for me? And I had a situation where a couple of days later, I was walking in to work, and I heard these birds so loud, and my friend said, hey, it seems like the birds are trying to get your attention. And it hit me, that message hit me again. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys about worrying and how the garden will teach you certain lessons. Okay, so this bed is for my sweet peppers. So let me find my sweet peppers. Okay, let's drain this tray. It rained yesterday, and these were outside. Okay, so let's see what we have. That's jalapeno. It's cayenne, jalapeno, golden California wonders, jalapeno. Habanada. Jimmy Nardello. Marconi Gold. Marconi Red. It's Kusha Squash. Shishito. Cayenne. Big Red. That's a tomato. And that's a yellow squash. Okay. So I think that's all of our not spicy peppers. Let me double check. Okay. So that does look like that is all of our peppers. So we are going to plant those, and then we'll come back and companion plant with some of the flowers and things that I have. So listen, my knees are not at all pleased with me at this point. So once I get these peppers planted, I am going to take a break, put these other plants in the shade, and come back, and I think I'm going to plant the tomatoes. I'll plant the tomatoes when I come back and pop some seeds in for some other things. So I only have a couple of tomatoes left, peppers left. So let me get finished so that I can go ahead and take a break because I am getting tired.